Yo, what's going on, dudes? It's your boy Beardson Beardly here. How's everybody doing? And we're doing another little off-the-cuff, no script, just ranting and raving for a little bit because Civ 7 just came out, and boy, is it just utter dog water, apparently. Reviews have been mixed, everyone's complaining. The game apparently just sucks. Now, I know this is kind of par for the course with a new Civ game. Civ 6 was sort of received similarly when it came out, and obviously over time with patches and paid DLC, they managed to somehow work that game into a playable state. But I don't know, this one feels a little bit differently, and I don't know if they're going to be able to fix this one. First, I mean, they dropped this video yesterday on Twitter to celebrate the launch of the game, and, well, I'll just let it speak for itself. Yeah, so your basic culprits here at it again, it seems like. A bunch of people who probably have never played a Civ game before getting hired to work on the new Civ game. What a surprise. This seems to be happening more and more in the games industry, and yet you're a bad guy if you call it out. But either way, it sucks, and I hate seeing it. It seems like every one of these games now, no matter what it is, whether it's a map game, a first-person shooter, a third-person action adventure, whatever it is now getting infiltrated by this woke DEI slop every single time. And quite frankly, I'm tired of it. A Civ especially. I mean, this was like our game. This is like the incel game. You know, this is for the autists. This is for the total loner, you know, freaks out there. And now we have to look at, I don't even know what these people are, to be honest with you. I assume they're women, but I don't really know, to be honest with you. Bragging about how they made the game, and then they added Harriet Tubman into the game. Which, by the way, can we talk about that for a little bit? Harriet Tubman? What the fuck is that? Why is she considered a leader in the game? Well, we know why, right? Because apparently the people that make games now, their only goal is not to make you have fun, but to turn you into a brain-dead liberal and champion of DEI and basically make sure that no white men play their game anymore, right? That's kind of the goal. They, you know, desperately are trying to push us out of the hobby to chase that ever-elusive market share of the, I don't know, woke black librarian lesbian that's apparently going to be playing Civ 7. I don't know. It's crazy though, right? Like, this is insane. Why, like, Harriet Tubman? Look, now, I know this is like kind of a stretch. She couldn't even read, dude. Okay. Like, Harriet Tubman was illiterate. I'm not here to, like, you know, throw too much shade at Harriet Tubman. Actually, I am. Fuck Harriet Tubman. She couldn't even read or write. Why is she the leader of a civilization in this game? Like, dude, look, I guarantee you, if I, like, went in, like, back in time with, like, a laptop, like, and I met Napoleon, I could probably, like, teach him how to play this game. Like, you know, I could teach him how to play Civ 7. Harriet Tubman, I could not. Like, she literally, how is she gonna lead a civilization in the game when she can't even lead her ass anywhere by reading a fucking map, dude? Like, she cannot, she was illiterate, dude. Like, I don't know why we are putting her in this game, dude. Like, what's her fucking tech tree look like exactly, you know? Like, I don't know. Either way, it's totally ridiculous, right, that she's even included in this game. She never led anything, and it's just another example of these people trying to desperately alienate white dudes from the games, man. That's all that it is. And obviously the game is not doing great. I've actually seen reports that after the game launched, that people just immediately went back and started playing Civ 6, and somehow on the Steam charts, Civ 6 actually had more active players than Civ 7 did because of this utter dumpster fire of a launch and of a game. And it seems like everybody's sort of complaining about the same thing. The UI is just total trash. They tried to reinvent the wheel. I mean, they had already sort of reinvented things with Civ 6, and kind of like I don't know, at the end of the day, I didn't like Civ 6 at launch, but after they added, you know, the DLC and they changed some things around, it turned out to be a pretty good Civ game. Like, I still prefer Civ 5, like, that to me is the gold standard of Civilization games, but Civ 6 turned out to be a pretty good game at the end of the day. It just cost you $100 to get there, right? Which is, you know, still total bullshit, but at the end of the day, a better game is better than no game at all, right? But the problem is after that with Civ 7, they decided again to just throw everything out the window. And I don't know if they were just trying to chase a more casual audience. That definitely seems to be the case, especially with the inclusion of it being launching on consoles. And it's not to say that like other Civ games haven't been on consoles before, but it seems to be a really big push to have this game on consoles at launch. And all of the systems seem to be sort of like, I don't know, it's like simultaneously dumbed down and also too esoteric for people to figure out is what it says. I don't know. I haven't bought the game, and I kind of refuse to be honest with you. And that's why there's going to be no footage of Civ 7 during this review or interview or, I don't know, commentary or whatever, because I just don't want to spend $70 on it, especially when the game sucks and is incredibly woke. But either way, nobody's happy with the state of this. And it's because, yet again, it just seems to look like the people that made the game like just don't play games. And, you know, I know it's a really easy thing to say, like, oh, well, you blame DEI on everything. But I'm fucking right, dude, okay? I'm right, actually. As it turns out, this industry doesn't really care whether or not people are passionate about video games or not. And they'll just fucking hire anybody that can fill some sort of diversity quota, dude. Like, I'm sorry, like, I know this is like a controversial take or whatever, but women did not play video games growing up, okay? And I'm sure you're going, well, but Bjornson, there was one girl in my class in middle school and she played Mario. And it's like, yeah, look, okay, it's a generalization. But generally speaking, dude, women just didn't play games back then. Like, they don't have a track record for this stuff. You can go look at any sort of like midnight launch for a video game. There's not a woman in sight. Go look up PS2 launch videos or PS3 launch videos. Go look up like Call of Duty midnight releases, you know? The only women that you would see there are just there hanging out with their boyfriends who were there to pick up the game, you know? Like, this isn't anything new, but for some reason there's this sort of revisionist history that girls have always been gamers. Like, nah, they haven't. And the problem is now these women have gotten into the development side and the social media marketing side, and they basically have infiltrated the industry, but they don't really know what makes games fun. They don't really know what makes a good game. Like, they just don't really have any sort of track record or history or experience to lead them in that direction. And this is why I continue to blame DEI for these sorts of things, you know? Like, obviously, Harriet Tubman's inclusion as a leader in Civ 7 isn't, like, the worst thing in the world, and hell, it probably wouldn't even be a reason for me not to buy the game. The reason why I'm not buying the game is because it looks like crap, but at the end of the day, like, this is a problem with the game, and I think that it's not unreasonable to say that you take one look at the staff that made this game and the people that they are putting out front and center as representatives for the franchise, and they just simply don't look like Civ players, and I'm sure they're probably not, you know? I hate to say it, but it's just true. And these people are the ones that are injecting the ideologies into the games. And it's every game, it seems like. We can't have anything. Of course, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 just happened with that whole scandal of the, you know, injected gay romance. And now we have Civ 7 with, like, Harriet Tubman and a completely unusable user interface. And it's like, I don't know, man. I kind of miss the days when it was a bunch of nerdy white dudes making my games. You know what I mean? Like, I kind of miss when it was sort of a for us, by us situation where, you know, it was the most supreme neckbeard on the planet spending years crafting what would be considered his magnum opus and his masterpiece for us to enjoy. Not thinking of women or minorities, but just thinking of making a quality fucking product, you know? Like, that's what we need to get back to. And it seems increasingly the more popular games become, the fucking worse that they get. And, you know, you could say this is probably a problem with a lot of things too, right? With movies or TV shows or, you know, any niche hobby, social media for sure, you know, YouTube, Twitch, whatever. But I think gamers are in a unique position to make it stop, and we just have to let our voices be heard. So It's a big thing for me. You know, I know I talk about this in nearly every video, kind of a one-note guy, but it's just true. Stop buying fucking modern video games. Go buy retro games. Buy yourself a PS3 or a PS2. Go watch my, subtle plug, by the way, go watch my video on the PS3 because it's awesome. We just got to stop buying games and let this industry crash before we can really get anything done. That's just that's what it is, you know. So anyways, Civ 7 sucks. Don't buy it. And I'm not even saying that just because it's woke, but it's just a bad game. I think it's still sitting at mixed reviews on Steam. It's as time of this recording right now, so I'd avoid it. And it sucks because I was actually pretty hyped to play it and buy it, but yeah, I'll wait. I'll wait until it's like $5 with a complete edition with all the DLC included, I guess. And even then, I imagine it's probably still going to suck. It seems like a lot of the flaws, unless they totally revamp the game from the ground up, are going to be sort of born and baked into the cake, so to speak, that aren't going to be easily patched out. I know they did issue some patches today to supposedly fix the user interface a little bit, which is something a lot of people have been complaining about, but I don't really think it's going to be enough, to be honest with you. I think that a lot of the stuff that I've been reading about the tech trees and everything else, it's bad, and it's very dumbed down from the original Civ 5, Civ 6 that we're used to. And so I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see if a fucking $40 DLC can fix their shitty broken game, that we'll be on the hook for, just to make our $70 purchase today usable. Not mine, but maybe yours if you were foolish enough to buy it. And so yeah, we'll see what happens, but it's not looking good. I'll keep you guys up to date though. But anyways, thank you guys. Watch all my videos and like and subscribe, and we'll see you tomorrow. I got a big video planned tomorrow that I think should be pretty cool as well. It's going to be covering, I think, maybe the PS2, because I'm getting a PS2 in the mail. I ordered one. I ordered another one. I have one now, but the disc drive's out on it, so I ordered a Fat Boy, because that's just like the most iconic looking console ever made, in my opinion. That's like, that thing looks awesome, and I just really want it. When I had a Slim now, which the Slim's cool, but we got a Fat Boy coming in the mail tomorrow, so I might do like a little unboxing / review of that with setup and maybe a little guide and cover a couple games. I don't know, maybe a little bit more long form than my PS3 video, but we'll see what happens. I don't know, who knows. For all I know, tomorrow news could break that another video game's gone completely woke, and I will have to answer the call, unfortunately, the woke call. So anyways, love you guys. Do you like the new format of more unscripted content? I hope so, because it's a lot easier for me, to be honest with you. But if you don't like it, that's fine. And apologies for the video quality here. I'm not pulling any Civ 7 footage, so you're just getting pictures. You're just getting pictures on this one. It's not really much of a video, it's a podcast where I'm just kind of yelling at you guys with pictures attached. So yeah, anyways, all right, bye. Love you guys. God bless you. Jesus Christ loves you. Bye.